Hey everyone, before the video starts, I want to address two things. For starters, I understand a lot of people have a negative response towards the Nintendo Switch 2, and I completely get that. With some of the odd decisions being made towards the console, I understand why people are upset. I also understand not everyone is in a financial state to where they can afford the Switch 2 and the games and even the accessories. This video is not me defending those choices, nor is it me trying to rub it in your face and make you feel bad that you can't afford it, not so ever. This video is just made for fun and showing off my experience with the console. Next, at the time of me recording this video, we are so close to reaching 500 subscribers. To me, I'm shocked. I never thought I would even get past 100 subs, yet here we are. I started this channel with zero experience, but over time, thanks to you guys, I'm slowly learning more about becoming a content creator. So while I don't know what I want to do to celebrate 500 subs, I do have a goal to get to 500 subs before the end of 2025. As for now, all I can kindly ask is to like and subscribe the video. Without further ado, enjoy. So I finally decided to buy the Nintendo Switch 2, and yeah, that was a hassle. I originally ordered it online from Walmart, and I quote unquote it went missing during delivery. A day, like the day it was supposed to be delivered. I ordered it the night before and it went missing between that time. So I went to GameStop and I decided to buy it in store, and that was also a hassle, but to the kind woman working at GameStop, if by chance, like a very small chance, if you're watching this, thank you for the help. I really appreciate it. So I finally got to play the Nintendo Switch 2, and yeah, I forgot to mention, this is the Mario Kart World Bundle. I just said screw it. I need a game to play this so I can actually make a decent video. So let me explain why I decided to get the Switch 2. So in 2025, I've been recording a lot this year. And recently I started doing live streams, but by small chance, if some of you have been watching my live streams, you would know I have an issue. Well, two issues. For starters, I will have an issue with my Nintendo Switch actually going into dock mode. Yeah, it's been happening a lot this year, but what's been happening since like 2022 is my Nintendo Switch overheating. And now that I think about it, I probably could have gotten it fixed, but I don't know. I guess my head didn't really think about that till now. Plus, I thought maybe it's just best if I just buy a new Switch, because my Joy-Cons are already broken. Like, not only do they have stick drift, but funny story, when I first got Smash Bros back in like 2019, I rage quit and I threw my controller at the wall and that shattered. Yeah, I was not the smartest kid back then. So yeah, since I wanted to get a new Switch, but this year Nintendo finally announced the Nintendo Switch 2, I just thought, you know what? The Switch 2 is coming out this year. I might as well just save up for that. And after some time, I did finally pick up the Switch 2. But honestly, what was really selling me was the games coming out. I was never really a Mario Kart guy. I never played the games until now. I'll get to that later. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, I saw footage of that game and I thought, huh, that was cool. But honestly, it was Kirby's Air Riders that sold it for me. Like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that game on release, but I'm definitely looking forward to the hype behind that game. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I also paid for the Nintendo Switch Online membership deal because I wanted to play the GameCube games, but I didn't realize until now there were only like 4 or 5 games on the GameCube app. Remember kids, do research on stuff before you pay a lot of money. I mean, it's just kind of whatever, because I was having fun playing on the Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo 64 apps, because I actually like those games. I'm actually a huge fan of WarioWare now. One thing I instantly noticed about the Nintendo Switch 2 is the screen is much bigger now. Like, I don't know what was happening, but I was just amazed just by looking at it. And as someone who prefers handheld games over console games, that's just kind of who I am. I was just amazed, but I was playing with my Switch in dock mode this whole time because I don't have a screen protector. I actually just ordered it right now. But yeah, it's been in the dock, but the screen is a lot bigger now. The kickstand is also more sturdy now, but again, I don't really play my games like that. It's either in my hands or in dock mode. The Joy-Cons got a major upgrade. Not only are the main buttons and the joysticks bigger now, but the buttons are on the side are also bigger now, meaning if you lose the accessories to them, you kind of won't have to worry about it, because since they're so big, it's not really as hard to play with, but you know, you might still want to keep hold of your accessories just in case. The Joy-Cons are also magnetic now, meaning they just snap on to the Switch, and kind of cool, I guess. Oh, there's also mouse mode, but I haven't really done much with mouse mode other than like Mario Paint. And I'm not really someone that likes drawing with a mouse, so I made this crappy song. That kind of wraps up my thoughts for the Joy-Cons, but I will say this, if these end up getting stick drift, I'm gonna be livid. So when setting OBS Studios up to connect to the Nintendo Switch 2, that's normally very simple for me. Like, all I have to do is connect the HDMI and the USB cable to my computer, and it's that simple. I can record footage, even though the footage doesn't really look that good. It's presentable, I guess. But for the Switch 2, it's different. I'm not sure if it's because of the console or if anyone else has to go through this, but unlike the other stuff like the normal Switch and the Wii U and even the Xbox, I have to connect the Switch to not only my computer but a TV as well. I guess that's good for me because it gives me a bigger screen to play my games on, and normally when I'm recording game footage I have to use a small screen in OBS Studios just to make sure I have all the settings ready when I need them. But yeah, it was kind of good being able to record footage with a bigger screen, I guess. Still, I wish I wouldn't have to set it up to a TV and my computer. Kind of makes things a bit more complicated, but whatever. Mario Kart World is the first Nintendo Switch 2 game I got for the system, and yeah, I bought it with the system. But it's also the first ever Mario Kart game I ever bought and played. I played Mario Kart games before, but I never really owned them, I guess. Like, I remember in my old school, I had a friend that brought Mario Kart DS to school, and we were playing co-op, and I remember playing as the Shy Guys, but that's about all I remember. I have copies of Sonic Racing Transform and Crash Team Racing, and I do love those games. I'm just not someone that really cares about racing games. The point I'm trying to make is I don't really understand the standards for Mario Kart, and I understand some people are mixed on this game, so I'm just gonna be honest and just tell you my experience with the game so far as someone that's new to Mario Kart. So, to be honest, the game is fun, I'm not gonna lie there. You got a great cast of characters and their animations on the selection screen are just goofy and fun, and I love it. All the tracks are connected in this big world, and after a race, you gotta race to the next track, and I guess that's kind of fun. One thing I really liked was the trick system. I don't know if it's in a past Mario Kart game, but it's in this game and I love it, and it's really fun to pull off tricks and even do drifting a bit. Personally, I prefer how Crash Team Racing controls with the drifting, and Mario Kart is still fun as well. There's also skins in this game, and the way you unlock them is kind of weird. So when you're playing the game, you can come across these to-go bags and you just kind of drive into them, and depending on the character and I think the world you're in, it gives you a certain skin. Even more weird, there's this Kamek item, and you just kind of hope you not only get the item, but Kamek turns you into that character. Okay. Like, you get to permanently play as the character in the skin after that, but It's just kind of weird to unlock them that way. Oh yeah, but as for the skins and costumes, I love them. Like, they're all really good. They did my boy Linguini some justice right here. I love this skin. There's also the free roam mode, and man, this just makes me wish there was like a 3D Mario game that took place in the open world like this. It's just kind of fun to just drive anywhere, and there's like P-switch missions, and I suck at most of them, but it's just kind of fun to drive everywhere. It sucks that there's not much to do other than do the missions and get the skins, but I guess it's fun to just like drive around. I even did some multiplayer with my little bro, and I even played online, and yeah, I suck at the game. That's my thoughts on Mario Kart World. I can kind of see why some people don't like it, but as someone that's new to Mario Kart, I guess it's fun, at least for me, because again, I only played 2 other kart racing games, so the standards for me isn't really that high. So I heard that 2 games ran really good on Switch 2 compared to Switch 1. Those 2 games being Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Yokai Watch 4. And yeah, that's technically 3 games, but shut up, I consider it as 2. I enjoyed both of these games, and yeah, they did not run well on Switch 1. Like, they do have their flaws, but the frame rates and the lags are just making it really hard to come back to and enjoy. In Yokai Watch 4, man, it's kind of worse. I remember going into battle constantly and the game would just freeze, the music would delay, and the only way to fix it was pressing the home button and then going back into the game, but the music would still be delayed, and often the game would crash at some points, and man, it just ruins my experience for the game. And Pokemon, boy, where do I begin? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is already a game that gets shit on for running like garbage. Like, there's glitches, the world does not look that good. Too many Pokemon would spawn at once, making it hard to get into a battle, and then you get into the wrong battle with a Pokemon you don't want to fight. Then you flee or defeat the Pokemon, and then you get put right into another battle. It's not fun. But yeah, I can say from my experience so far, I haven't played that much, and I haven't really ran into issues on Switch 2, but the games do run better on Switch 2 hardware. The animations in Pokemon look a lot more better and clean, and in Yokai Watch 4, battles no longer freeze up when I try to join them, and there's no crashes. And I know the Nintendo Switch 2 doesn't instantly fix all the issues with these games. Like, I still think Paldea doesn't really look that interesting, and I don't like the befriending system in Yokai Watch 4, but the Switch 2 does make these games more fun to come back to without all the frame rate issues, so take it as you will. So that was my experience with the Switch 2 so far. I only had it for 4 days at the time of me recording this, but I'm having a joy. Like, I like going back to my old games on my Switch 1 library and just seeing how good they play on Switch 2. And I have heard that some games don't work well on Switch 1. Sometimes they crash, like with Pikmin 4, which is a game I don't own. And some games just don't work because they use the camera from the Switch 1, and yeah, that sucks. And I hope that doesn't happen with any more games, and I do hope Nintendo does something to stop some of these games from crashing, because yeah, I do think the Switch 2 should not be crashing when it comes to Switch 1 games. And honestly, I'm just excited for how future games are going to take advantage of the console. Like, we got Kirby Air Riders and the Star Cross World stuff coming out soon. Donkey Kong Bonanza is out, and it has that cool being able to destroy everything. Like, I can't wait for a 3D Mario. I brought this up earlier, and how it's going to take advantage of the Switch 2. And I even think a new WarioWare taking advantage of the new Joy-Cons is going to be interesting. So thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch you later. See ya.